Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on with 4.1. We did everything and we were ready to go on page 232. 232 where it says, what else can go wrong when we're doing a survey? What else can go wrong? Okay, and if you look on page 233, there are a couple things there. One of them is under coverage. Under coverage is something that you always worry about, okay? If you look at the definition, under coverage, it says, occurs when some members of the population are less likely to be chosen or cannot be chosen in a sample. Okay, so if you're doing a political poll, any kind of poll, and you start dialing, landline people, all right, what are you not going to get? You're not going to get the people who are only on cell phones, right? So you immediately have under coverage, right? Or if you're homeless, right? You're not going to be able to get, you don't have a landline, okay? Right? Or if you're in prison, so there are all kinds of things, right? So there's always going to be under coverage, and you want to minimize the amount of under coverage as much as you can. The second one is non-response. Well, this is huge, right? I mean, some pollster, I don't know how many times you guys got called, but I got called very often, quite often during this election period, we want to know what your political views are and whatever and whatnot. And I, being a typical guy, rejected all of them. I was always busy. I had other better things to do, okay? I was not going to sit there for 10 minutes with this person I don't know sharing my political point of view. Okay, right? So if you read there what it says, it says what? Non-response. Non-response occurs when an individual chosen for the sample cannot be contacted or refuses to participate. So this is the number one most frustrating thing when you are doing a survey, right? Okay. What does it say? Okay, so on the second to last paragraph of page 233, it says, how bad is non-response? According to polling guru Nate Silver, response rates to political polls are dismal. Even polls that make every effort to contact a representative sample of voters now get no more than 10% to complete their surveys. So that means that 1 out of 10 people or 10 persons that you contact are going to complete the survey. So you have to call basically 100 people to get a survey of 10. Okay, so that's pretty bad, but it is the reality. Okay, this is what makes polling hard. This is why it costs money to do polls. Okay, all right, flip the page. Flip the page, response bias. Now this is the most, difficult of all, right? Response bias. And this is what the 2016 Trump election was basically, all the pollsters reverted to this. Response bias. Response bias occurs when there is a systematic pattern of inaccurate answers to a survey questions. In other words, all the Trumpers lied. All right, they said, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton," and then turn around and they all voted for Trump. Okay, so this is response bias. Okay, for whatever reason, they did not feel comfortable telling the pollsters that they were going to vote for Trump, so they would tell them something else, and then go to the polls and vote for the exact opposite. Okay, this is what we call response bias. Okay, response bias is also can come in different ways, right? Let's say that I wanted to do a poll about the availability of scholarships for Asian American, right? Now, if I go around and do the polls will be different than if somebody else did it. And why would that be? Why would there be a difference? Anybody tell me? Why would there be a bias if I was the one who was doing the polling? It's because I'm Asian American, right? I go around and asking, well, hey, what do you think about this, about the Asian Americans not getting enough scholarships? Well, people are going to be less comfortable to say in my face that, no, that's not the fact. That's not the truth, right? It is for other whatever reasons, and I don't agree with you, okay? So it's harder for people to say that when I go ahead and do the poll, right, in person. If I were to do it in person, right? Obviously, if I was just calling somebody, it'd be different, right? Okay, so that's what response bias is. Okay, and with that, we are done with 4.1. Okay, so instead of doing our normal working on our homework,